Hey guys, today I kind of wanted to talk about my experience with getting my deviated septum procedure. Okay, hold on, look at my side profile. My nose is still kind of swollen. Apparently it's gonna go down. It's gonna take like 6 months total for it to actually show its final form in a sense, but I feel so much more confident like with my face nowadays, because I used to have such like a bump at the top of my nose, and I'll probably insert a picture because honestly it wasn't that bad, but like at certain angles I would I would feel so insecure, and like taking mirror selfies I would have to make sure that like I was taking it in a way where the bump is less visible, and that was just too much calculation that I was getting uncomfortable with. So of course there was a portion of the procedure that I had to pay out of pocket because insurance will never cover cosmetic portion of procedures. I also had a deviated septum, so I've also been trying to, I guess, see the subtle changes in my breathing, which so far I'm still dealing with a lot of congestion. So I still feel like, oh, it's not as clear sounding as I would like it to be, but my appointment was like a couple of weeks ago, and she told me to wait it out. Like, it's gonna be a couple more weeks until, you know, that congestion or the inflamedness in my nose probably goes down, and then my breathing would probably be like 5 times better. And I've had to retrain myself how to breathe because I've gotten so used to breathing with my mouth. And by the way, it makes my mouth like dry all the time, and that was also something I was insecure about because like I want to have a boyfriend and, you know, kids. So wow, this is cringe, but like, yeah, I just don't want to have like hard lips. But yeah, it just seemed like no matter what kind of lip care I did, I would always have like issues with my lips not feeling so dry. But yeah, I love my side profile already. It's still a little swollen, so I was gonna like go down a bit and be more like go down to my face. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry for the random like reflection. Okay, but the procedure, I finally got the explanation of benefits, and it said that the operation itself was like $20,000. $20,000? Sometimes I just feel like they're just throwing numbers from thin air, because how do we get to that? But you know what? I recommend the surgeon, Dr. Anita Setna. She did amazing. She works like in Emory, but like based here in Atlanta. She did an amazing job. Like, I really love it. And as far as like the process goes, they actually do show you like a computer generated image of how you look, and when I saw it I was so locked in. I was like, I don't care how much I have to pay out of pocket, I'm gonna do it. The only dilemma was either I can go ahead and do the deviated septum portion only, and then I would have to wait a couple years before I can do the dorsal hump removal. I'll show you guys an image of how it looked. I'll probably show you a more outrageous photo so that you could kind of see why I went forward with it. Not that it matters, because, you know, I think for myself, but yeah. I didn't want to wait a couple years more, so that's why I went ahead and did both of them. And so they go ahead and quote you the cosmetic portion. You won't know how much you owe after insurance until after the procedure, and they bill your insurance, and then you get that bill for the insurance portion like a month later, or like a few weeks later. So I think I owe like another 1K or something, but for the cosmetic portion I paid like Give or take, like, it was 7K, but my first job, they give me something called the difference card, so it covered 2,500. I did 2,250 in 2025, and then they loaded it up, God bless, they loaded it up on January 1st, so that 2,250 again helped me. So that was like, what, 4,500 that I did not have to pay because my first job had me covered. And then the rest of it I paid out of pocket, so that was like 3K, and then now I owe whatever. So that was just, I don't know, the money portion of the experience, which I'm not gonna lie, that was actually stressful because I had to work my ass off to make sure I could pay, because at that point I was still living, you know, at my apartment. And yeah, what a actual crazy experience, because they had booked me, I think they called me like in the second week of December, saying they had a slot open in January, that last week of January 28th, and I didn't even think I would have the funds, y'all. I did not think I would have the funds, but somehow I made it happen. I worked so much here at the second job that I guess I just made it happen. And then partially I think I used a credit card, and I'm very anti use credit cards, but yeah. Anyways, it's so crazy. When I went in, I just literally woke up and the procedure was done. I remember waking up feeling so like somebody punched me in the face. Like, I had such a bad migraine, and I felt very like drowsy, and I felt like someone punched me in the face too. Like, it just felt like someone punched me in the nose. And I was on perks. I was going through it. That first 2-3 days after the procedure, oh my lord, I was bleeding excessively. I kept having to change the bandage that they had me like put it like right here. I had to keep changing that bandage, and I was just sleeping, eating soft foods, going to change the bandage, repeat. So I genuinely did not have much of a life outside of just eating, taking more medication, sleeping, waking up in extreme pain, changing the bandage, going to sleep, eating soft foods, and then eventually you can start eating harder foods like past day 3. Don't be like me. I bought so much canned foods and so much soft food. I still have some of those canned, what is it, like a soup? I'm not gonna eat that. They were all just, like, I'm not gonna eat it if I don't have to. But yeah, I purchased way too much. It's just 3 days really that you can expect to have to eat soft foods, and then also expect your sense of taste to not be there. Like, I couldn't taste any of the applesauce. I couldn't taste, hell, I couldn't even taste the Ensure, and that is very sweet, until a few days out. Probably, actually, now that I think of it, it was, they had stuff in your nose. I forget what it's called. The splints. They had the splints in my nose, so I really couldn't taste until after they took the splints out. And oh my gosh, when they take the splint out, this is like 1 week post-op, you go in and they take the splints that they put in there out, and also they have like a cast like on your nose, and I was informed that I could just take a shower and let it get fully submerged in water and let it get wet, and so it kind of just got really easy to like take it off. I know I wasn't supposed to, but I genuinely wanted to see how my nose looked, and y'all, my nose looked like it looked like it started from here. I'll probably try to insert a picture too, but I was like, I kind of was informed because I was doing my own research about what to expect, so I knew not to get too freaked out, but that was actually insane. Like, I looked crazy. Like, my nose took over my entire personality of my face. But yeah, the swelling goes down excessively, like 2 weeks. So I looked more okay. Like by 6 weeks, I was comfortable enough to go to work without the, she also gave me like tapes to wear on my nose. And I had those tapes at work for like until 6 weeks, because I genuinely did not want anyone to see the results, because I felt like I looked crazy. But now it has gone down a lot. I love my side profile, and it's gonna keep going down, and I'm anticipating being able to breathe for real. Y'all don't even know, like, imagine being congested 24/7. Like, imagine your experience when you're sick and that just being your norm as far as how you feel in your nose and your breathing. And I like to sing, and that also affected my confidence as a singer, because how can I have any kind of nasal resonance when it's just blocked over there? And then, you know, just being able to go through all my registers comfortably, it was just, yeah, it took a toll on my singing confidence. But hopefully soon I can snap back, and I don't know how I'm gonna make it happen. Actually, I do. I'm going to make it happen. I don't care, but I'm going to drop my first song this year. I am going to be able to breathe properly, probably be able to meditate once and for all, and yeah, overall just be a more confident, picture savvy person. All right, bye.